Hi guys, this is Sai Kumar Kurtivada. In this video, we will learn how to access a parent or a child and a sibling elements in JavaScript DOM. So this is my streak 31. Please watch my previous videos for better understanding. Let me quickly jump into Visual Studio Code. Here, I have created index.html and also a index.js file, and this index.js has been embedded with my index.html file. Now, whatever I am writing inside index.html, I can access in my index.js. So let me create one div element with an ID as outer underscore container. This is my ID, and then let me create a div, and inside this div I have some paragraph which is having an ID as inner para, and this is my para. And also I have one more thing like a paragraph here, and this time I'll give an ID is equal to outer hyphen para, and this is my para 2. So let me save this, go to the browser and let me reload. Now you are able to see two paragraphs. For example, in the case where you want to access a paragraph, then we can use a ID inner para. So let me copy this inner para and const inner underscore para is equal to document dot get element by ID of what is my ID. The ID is inner para. Let me save this and let me console this, console.log of inner underscore para. Let me save this and reload. So if you inspect, you will be getting one paragraph, that is inner paragraph element. For example, if I want to know what is the parent of this inner paragraph, then I can use something like dot parent element. Save this and reload. So if you see here, we got a whole div which is inside this particular paragraph element. And for example, if you want to get another element, const outer underscore para is equal to document dot get element by ID of, if I have something called as outer para, let me remove one O and copy this outer para and go to your JS, paste this, and now console.log of, you will be getting outer underscore para, and let me save this. Reload, you will be getting an outer paragraph. For example, if you want to access the parent of this outer paragraph, that means the parent of this outer paragraph will be outer container. So not this div, because this div will become a sibling, whereas this div will become the parent of that particular paragraph. So dot parent element, save this and reload. Now you will be getting a parent element which is an outer container for this particular paragraph element. And this is about the parent elements. For example, let me access the outer container. So this is my outer container. Let me copy this and paste here is equal to document dot get element by ID of ID. What is my ID? Outer container. Now let me console this outer container, outer underscore container, and save this. Now this will be your whole container which contains all the paragraphs and all the divisions in that particular element. For example, if I want to know all the children of it, so I have the property called as children property. Whenever you give children property, then it will give only the children elements in an array format. So if you see, a div is one child and a paragraph is one child. If you go here, you can see in the HTML, like this div is one element, that is a child element, and this paragraph is another child element. So to access any of the children, we can use a property called as children property. And also you can know the count of children, like child element count. If you give the child element count, it will give the length of the children. So if you see here, we have two children, so we got length as 2. For example, if you have one more paragraph with outer para hyphen 2, and let me mark it as 3. Let me save this, and if you reload, you will be getting 3 elements, that is children element. And if you have one more paragraph inside this, then also the children will be only 2. Why? Because the children of this particular div has been increased by 1, but not this particular element. This particular element have only 3 children. you can say this is one children and this is one child and this is one child. So in this way you can access the child elements. Let me reload now and you will be seeing only three, but here it has introduced one more, but the introduced one is inside another element, that is this particular div element. By this we can access a child count and also children element. For example, if you want to access the sibling of a particular element, for example inner paragraph, this is my inner paragraph, and if I want to access the sibling of this element is this paragraph, that is inner para 2. So for example, let me create one more console and mark it as siblings for better understanding. That's it. So let me go and remove the parent element. Instead I'll use next sibling element. So next element sibling will give you the exact element which is just acts like a sibling for this particular element. So inner paragraph, the immediate sibling element is inner para 2. So if you reload, you will be getting inner para 2 as a sibling element. So whenever you want to access a sibling element, then you can use a next element sibling. And if you want to access the previous element or previous sibling, for example, I am using -2 as my ID, that is inner para -2, and if I want to access my previous element, that means previous element sibling, then you will be seeing the previous element, that is inner paragraph. Why? Because for inner para 2, inner para is the previous sibling, and hence you can access that particular element by using previous element sibling. So this is how you can access a children, you can access a parent, you can access the sibling by using different properties of document API. And also there is one difference between a previous element sibling and also previous sibling. So let me use the same thing, same console, and create one more console. Instead of previous element sibling, I am giving previous sibling. That means before this particular element we have one sibling, but what is the difference between previous element sibling and previous sibling? Let's see that. So let me mark it as siblings 2. Save this and let me reload. If you see here, the sibling 2 is a text, that means a virtual element. If you click this and if you click this particular information, then you are not able to see that particular element on your DOM. Why? Because a text is added whenever you are hitting an enter on your HTML. For example, here I have an enter which I pressed enter, and hence that is the reason we are getting the text. For example, if they are attached together, that means if they are side by side, then this sibling will give you the inner paragraph. So let me go here and reload. If you see, both are same. That means sibling element and previous sibling will give you the same output when there is no keyboard enters. So whenever you have an enter in your keyboard, then previous sibling will always point to the previous one, that is a text element. Whereas if you don't want to have a virtual element, that is a text element, then you can use previous element sibling. And the same way next element sibling and next sibling will give the same output. And also I want to let you know about Techzette. Techzette is a platform on Medium where you can learn all the backend stuff. Mainly it is focused on the Adobe Experience Management, Magento, as well as OSGI, along with the basics of Java, and you can see the Sling framework completely. So just have a click on the link below in the description and have a look on this Medium blog. If you like, please like, share, follow Medium blog. Hope you like my explanation. If you like my video, like, share, subscribe to my channel for more updates. Signing off. Thank you.